Hey everyone, how are y'all doing? Welcome and welcome back to my channel and welcome to Vlogmas Day 23. So I'm so excited for today's video. We are talking about all of my most anticipated books of 2021. There are so many great books coming out next year and I already know that there are some that aren't on this list that I'm excited for that I've missed because I'm awful. But I am just so excited to talk about these books today. Like, I just know that I'm gonna be broke next year. I literally have 14 books on this list. I never have that many books on my most anticipated books list, but I'm really excited to talk about everything with you guys today. Before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe down below if you have not yet already. I'm still uploading daily this month, so you don't want to miss it. I have the Vlogmas playlist down below in the description if you have not caught up on Vlogmas yet. But now let's just talk about all of the books that I am so excited to come out next year. So the first book releasing in 2021 that I am so excited for is Concrete Rose by Angie Thomas. This comes out on January 12th. I cannot believe how soon this is coming out. That is crazy. So if you don't know, Angie Thomas wrote The Hate You Give and On the Come Up, which are two books that I just adore. And this one is kind of like a prequel to The Hate You Give. It's following Star's dad, Maverick. I'm really interested to know more about him. It's when he's younger. I don't know specifics about this book, and honestly I don't really want to. I like going into books like this kind of blind. All I know is that it's about Maverick when he was younger, I believe like a teenager or like a young adult, but it just seems so good. This cover is absolutely gorgeous. I am obsessed with it. The red, and he looks great on the front, and I'm just literally so excited to read this book and to love it as much as I love The Hate You Give and On the Come Up, and I'm just so excited to get to it. The next book is Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare, and this comes out March 2nd. So it's kind of like an odd one to put on my most anticipated books of 2021 list because I haven't even read Chain of Gold as I'm filming this. Not like I think I'm gonna get to it in the next little bit. I'd like to, but I don't think I'm going to. But I haven't read Chain of Gold, and so it's weird for me to anticipate the sequel, but I just know I'm gonna love Chain of Gold. I love Cassandra Clare. I love the Shadowhunter world, so I know that I'm gonna love the first book. But this is the sequel, obviously, to Chain of Gold, the second book in the Last Hours trilogy. I obviously don't know anything about the second book because I have not read the first one. The first one does follow the children of the characters in the Infernal Devices series, and that's all I really know about it. That's all I cared to know. I don't go into Cassie Clare's books knowing full synopses, but I am just so excited for more Cassandra Clare, so excited to be in the world, and so hopefully I can get a Chain of Gold soon so that I can read this one. The cover I'm kind of iffy on. I think I'm getting used to it. I just don't think it's quite as pretty as Chain of Gold, but I am, regardless of what the cover looks like, I'm really excited to get to this book as well. The next book is Act Your Age, Eve Brown by Talia Hibbert, and this comes out March 9th. So this is the third book in the Brown Sisters companion trilogy, I guess. I read the first two books, Get a Life Chloe Brown and Take a Hint Danny Brown, and I am obsessed with them. They are so good. I'm so excited for Act Your Age, Eve Brown, so I can know more about Eve, follow her own story, see her life a little bit, and just fall in love with another Talia Hibbert book. I am literally so excited for this. You have no idea. And like, the cover of this book is stunning. Look at little Eve. She's so cute. So I'm really excited for this book. Again, I don't know much about what the actual book is about. I'm sorry if you guys are like coming here for like actual synopsises. I'll link the GOODREADS pages for all of the books I'm talking about today down below if you guys want to know more about them. I just personally like to go into a lot of books pretty blind, not knowing much, especially for ones that are sequels to books that I've read or companions to books I've read. I just don't like knowing a whole lot, but I'm just excited to follow along with Eve Brown on her journey, kind of see where the story takes us. This one is definitely like one of my top anticipated books. Like, I am just so excited for it. Like, March 9th cannot come soon enough. The next book is Perfect on Paper by Sophie Gonzalez. This also comes out on March 9th. I feel like I do need to know what this one's about. I gotta give you guys a synopsis at some point. I read Only Mostly Devastated by Sophie Gonzalez this year and I fell in love with it completely, so I naturally am very excited for her next release. I again don't know too much about this story, but it is following a bisexual main character, and she gives anonymous love advice to her classmates. I believe people just kind of like stick notes in her locker or something like that, or she stick notes in their locker. I don't really know. Something about a locker, I think. But then one day somebody finds out who she is, and they kind of hire her to help him get his ex back. That's all I know. That's like the first thing on the GOODREADS page. I'm just literally so excited for this book. It sounds amazing. Oh, okay. So basically she becomes his personal dating coach to help him win his ex-girlfriend back, which seems really, really fun. And she basically just wants to keep her identity a secret because she's not completely proud of some things that could come to the surface. So this sounds so interesting. I'm really excited to get to it, and if it's anything like Only Mostly Devastated in terms of storytelling and characters and like relationships and the emotion, then I'm going to love it. So I'm really excited for this book. I can already tell it's going to be so amazing. So the next book is Kate in Waiting by Becky Albertalli. This comes out April 20th. So it's been a while since we've gotten a book just by Becky Albertalli, like besides Love Creekwood, like a full-size novel just by Becky Albertalli. So I'm really excited for this one. It deals with musical theater, which is really exciting. That's something that I've been really getting into recently, and so I'm really excited to read more books about it. And I, again, don't know a whole lot about this one. What is with me not knowing the synopses of books? I'm so sorry. I'm looking at the Goodreads page, and it looks like best friends Kate and Anderson are not codependent. They do a lot of things together, including crushing on the same people, but they're not codependent. Don't get it confused. Then Kate and Andy's latest long-distance crush shows up at their school, and things kind of go off script a little bit, a little awry, because Kate really, really likes him, but so does Andy. So it turns out communal crushes are not so fun when real feelings are involved. So it sounds like a very sticky situation. I am very excited for this book. I love stories about friendships, and this one seems like it's going to be a really great friendship book, and I deal with a lot of great topics in terms of friendship, which sounds amazing. And I'm really excited to just see another book by Becky Albertalli that is not within the Simonverse world. As much as I love it, I'm ready for her to kind of go out on her own and write some other books. But I am just literally so excited. This cover is so cute. Like, I am obsessed with it, and I think it's gonna look beautiful on my shelf, so I'm really highly anticipating this book. So the next book is Take Me Home Tonight by Morgan Matson, and this one comes out on May 4th. This is a funny one because this was also on my most anticipated books of 2020 list because it was originally supposed to come out in 2020. I don't know if it's because of COVID or because she was just taking longer to write the book, but it was originally supposed to come out in 2020. There was no official release date or anything, but her books do typically come out every 2 years, so it was scheduled for last year, but it got pushed back, so now it's coming out in 2021, which is fine. I'm still really excited for it. I just was kind of feeling a Morgan Matson shaped hole in my heart this year, but it'll be filled next year. It'll be okay. There is no cover yet for this book as I'm filming this. Hopefully we will get one soon. Hopefully it will look amazing with her other books. Again, I don't know much about this one because I suck, but looks like it deals with friendship. That's a common trope, a common theme with Morgan Matson books. Ooh, more musical theater. I remember now. Okay, so we have Kat and Stevie who are best friends, but they are literally opposites in every single way, except for they both spent the last 3 years in Stanwich High's theater program. They're seniors in high school. They're ready to race into the future. But before that, they're sneaking out and spending one night together in New York City, which sounds amazing. I visited New York last year and fell in love with it. But they're basically just planning to have a huge adventure, go different places, but what isn't in the plan is lost phones, a massive fight, a tiny Pomeranian named Brad. You can't have a Morgan Matson book without some dogs. And then losing each other. Ooh, hoo, hoo. So they are alone in New York City without each other, and they have to figure out what to do next. Ooh, and they have to find their way back to each other before the clock in Grand Central strikes midnight. That sounds absolutely crazy. So is this gonna be like a dual, like, POV type of book? It seems like it. Ooh, I'm excited. I don't know if there's gonna be a romance in it. It says about a very cute boy to kiss. Okay, but I'm gonna go into this book with the expectations that it's gonna be mainly surrounding friendship, and romance will take a back seat, because in Save the Date there was very little romance and it focused heavily on family instead, and I was very disappointed with that book because I go into her books expecting great friendships and a cute romance. So I'm gonna go into this one just expecting the friendship and crazy adventures and not expecting the romance, and hopefully I will be pleasantly surprised. But this book sounds amazing, so I'm really excited for it. Like, after reading that synopsis, like, I'm 10 times more excited than I was before. It's gonna be good. Oh my god, I think this next one, for some reason, is my most anticipated book of the year. I'm so excited. So it's Counting Down With You by Tashi Bouillon, and this one also comes out on May 4th. I'm literally gonna be broke. So this one I am literally so hyped for. I found out about it on Twitter. I followed the author. She is the loveliest human. She's also on TikTok and is super funny. She loves Harry Styles, but I'm not here to talk about the author. I'm here to talk about the book. It just seems so amazing. It deals with fake dating, which is right up my alley. Always looking for new fake dating stories. Let me actually pull it up on Goodreads so I can tell you guys, like, officially what it's about. But also, can we just, like, talk about this book cover? because wow, like I'm obsessed with it. I screamed when it was released. I am literally in love with it. It's gonna be so beautiful in person. Okay, so we're following our main character Karina, and she has a plan. Okay, she has a full-on like plan. So she's gonna keep her head down, get through high school without a fuss, and follow her parents' rules even if it means sacrificing her own dreams. But then her parents decide to go to Bangladesh for 4 weeks, and Karina is just expecting some peace and quiet. But what she's not expecting, however, is for the resident bad boy of her school to lie and say that she is his girlfriend. She was already tutoring the bad boy, and that was already crossing a line, but pretending to date him, it's out of the question. But Ace does everything right. He brings her coffee in the mornings, impresses her friends without trying, and even promises to buy her a dozen books a week. I'm sorry, that sounds like the dream. I am sold. I love Ace. Okay. Though Karina agrees to go forward with this fake dating scenario, she is literally counting down the days until her parents come home and they will break apart. So it's T-minus 28 days until everything returns to normal. But what if Karina doesn't actually want it to? This literally sounds amazing. I will not be surprised if this ends up being one of my favorite books next year. I am literally so hyped for it. You have no idea how excited I am. It's going to be literally so good. It's all I think about. This book, it's gonna be amazing. It's literally gonna be so good. If you guys have not heard about this book yet, please go to the description down below and add it to your GOODREADS, because it's gonna be a standout book next year. The next book is Pumpkin by Julie Murphy, and this one comes out May 25th. So this is the 3rd book in the Dumplin' Companion series. So we have Dumplin', Puddin', and now Pumpkin. I am literally so excited, and this cover is so adorable. Guys, if you know me at all, you know Dumplin' is one of my favorite books of all time. I also really love Puddin', and so I'm just looking forward to more books in this universe by Julie Murphy. Hopefully we get some really cute cameos, because the cameos in Puddin' just absolutely killed me. I don't know exactly what this book in particular is about, so let's look it up, shall we? So we have our main character, Waylon Russell Brewer, and he is a fat, openly gay boy stuck in the small West Texas town of Clover City. I love Clover City, okay. And basically, he is just biding his time until he can move to Austin with his twin sister Clementine and finally go full Waylon, so that he can live his Julie the Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Music Andrew's Truth. I love that. Ooh. But when Clementine deviates from their master plan right after Waylon gets dumped, he throws caution to the wind and creates an audition tape for his favorite TV Drake show, Fiercest of Them All. Oh, that sounds good. This is definitely giving me Dumplin' vibes with the beauty pageant, so we love that. Oh. Ooh, it gets crazy, guys. What he doesn't count on is the tape accidentally getting shared with the entire school. And as a result, he's nominated for prom queen as a joke. But also Clem's girlfriend, Hannah Perez, also receives a joke nomination for prom king. Ooh. Spicy. I didn't know this had to do with prom. I'm very excited. So Waylon and Hannah decide there's only one thing to do, and that is to actually run for prom queen and king. Along the way, they learn that there's a lot more to running for prom court than what meets the eye. This sounds amazing. I don't think anything can beat Dumplin', but I'm so excited for this book. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing, so I am literally so excited for this. The next book is Better Together by Christine Riccio, and this comes out June 1st. There's a lot of books coming out on June 1st. As you guys will discover, I will literally be broke. My wallet will be screaming. So if you guys don't know, I loved Again But Better by Christine Riccio, also known as Poland Banana Books on YouTube. I was obsessed with it. I read it in a sitting. I have a whole vlog where I was reading it on my channel. I was obsessed. So when she finally announced the title and the cover and the synopsis for this book, I screamed. Again, I forget what it's about. Oh right, so it's Freaky Friday meets The Parent Trap, which is so exciting. So one sister, Jamie, is an aspiring stand-up comic in Los Angeles with a growing case of stage anxiety. The series, a stunning ballerina from New Jersey nursing a career-changing injury. That sounds intense. And they've both signed up for the same session at an off-the-grid rediscover yourself retreat in Colorado. And when they run into each other, their worlds turn upside down. Right, so because it's Parent Trap-esque, they don't know each other exists, which sounds amazing. So they were torn apart at a young age by their parents' volatile divorce, and they've grown up living completely separate lives. But now reunited after a decade apart, they hatch a plot to switch places. So this just seems like it's going to be so interesting. I love The Parent Trap. I recently rewatched it on Disney Plus and loved it. It was definitely like a staple of my childhood. I definitely like the Lindsay Lohan version a lot more than the original one. And I also love Freaky Friday, so like this bodes well for me. I'm really excited for this book, and if it's anything anything like Again But Better, I will be obsessed with it. There was plot twists in that book and just amazing characters and story, and so I'm really, really excited for this one, and hopefully with time she's improved even more, and I'm just really excited to read her sophomore book, and I'm just, oh, I'm so excited. The next book is One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston, which also comes out June 1st. I read Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston last year. I was obsessed with it. It was really good, really fun. And so I've been anticipating this book ever since it was announced. Peyton recently read it because she has an ARC and she loved it, so that bodes well for me. Very excited about it. I don't know too many details about this one. Again, I don't want to know too much, but I do know that there are two characters. I believe it's only one point of view though, and they kind of see each other on the train every single day. And our main character is like, well, that's kind of a little bit odd. Like, what are the chances that you're going to see each other on the train every single day? And then our main character finds out that maybe she's from a different decade. So it's about like a time loop that has to do with the train. I'm not entirely sure, but it seems really, really interesting. It also seems quite different from Red, White, and Royal Blue, but similar in a lot of aspects as well. And I'm just really excited to read more from Casey McQuiston because I did really enjoy her debut novel. So the next book is The Ghost We Keep by Mason Deaver. And again, this also comes out on June 1st. Again, can we talk about this cover? There are so many beautiful covers coming out next year and I am living for it. I genuinely really don't know anything about this book and I don't know if I want to. I think it deals maybe with like a dead brother or something. I will look into it a little bit for the sake of you guys. Okay, so our main character's older brother Ethan is killed in a hit and run, and Liam has to not only learn to face the world without one of the people he loved the most, but also face the fading relationship with his two best friends. So we have death and grief, which are things that I actually do enjoy reading about, and then we also have like lost friendships, which I really enjoy. I just really love stories that deal with that. This sounds like it's right up my alley. I really enjoyed their debut novel, I Wish You All the Best. It was amazing, so I am really, really excited for this. At the very end it said this book is about grief, but it's also about why we live, why we have to keep moving on, and why we should. Ooh, that sounds amazing. I'm very, very intrigued by this and I cannot wait to read it. It sounds amazing. So the next book we have is An Emotion of Great Delight by Tahara Mafi, and again this also comes out on June 1st, but that's the last one. So I don't know anything about this book. I don't really care to know anything about it. All I know is that I'm really excited about it. It deals with a Muslim main character. That's about all that I know. I'm sure at one point I knew more, but that's all I know. But I absolutely adored A Very Large Expanse of Sea, which was Tahara Mafi's first contemporary book, and so I just have full faith that she's gonna knock this one out of the park and it's gonna be amazing. This cover is absolutely gorgeous. I am obsessed with it, and I have complete faith and trust in Tahara Mafi that this book is going to be amazing. I don't even need to look up the synopsis. It's going to be great. And then we have two books that don't have official release date, but they are slated to come out in 2021. So the first one is Off the Record by Sophie Gonzalez and Cale Dietrich. So all I know about this one is that it deals with a boy band and like a gay relationship going on within that boy band. I'm very intrigued. I love reading books about famous people and boy bands specifically because I love One Direction, and so anything that I can connect to in that sort of way I really enjoy. So I am hoping for great things from this book. I love Sophie Gonzalez and her book Only Mostly Devastated. Obviously I have her other book Perfect on Paper on this list already, so obviously I love Sophie Gonzalez and I'm really excited for all of her books, but this one sounds really amazing, right up my alley. I again screamed when it was announced, so we all know that I'm excited for this book. And then the last book, guys, this last book, Here's to Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera, cover not yet released. I'm screaming. So this is a sequel to What If It's Us. A sequel to What If It's Us. You guys know how much I love What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera, and I am so excited. So the way that What If It's Us ended off, you could tell that there was possibility for a sequel, okay? It ended off on a bit of a cliffhanger, and you're like, you know what, there's possibility for more here. And they've kind of been teasing a sequel for the past couple of years, saying we've thought about it, it's a possibility, and then really this year we've been seeing them talk about like, wait, like we're working on something, like, you know, and so like I knew that it was coming. I just didn't know when it was coming. I didn't know when it was going to be announced. You know, Adam Silvera's a bit busy with his fantasy series right now, and like Becky Albertalli is obviously doing her own things. I'm like, I don't know when this is going to come out. I don't know when they're going to officially announce it, if it's actually going to be a thing, if they're just writing it, like I don't know. But they officially announced it, and it's called Here's to Us. I am so excited. I think they announced what it's about, but I don't want to know. I just know it's a continuation of Arthur and Ben, and I'm so excited, and I'm obsessed. I love them. yeah, I don't know how to describe how excited I am for this book. Like, you guys know how much I love What If It's As. It's like literally one of the books you guys associate with me. I am so excited for the sequel, and I'm scared I have too high expectations for it, but I am so excited for it. Like, even if it sucks, I'm just excited. Wow. So those are all of my most anticipated books of 2021. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up. Comment down below your most anticipated books for 2021 because I'd love to know, and maybe find new books for me to be excited about. Also comment down below a star emoji if you guys stayed till the very end. Subscribe if you've not yet already, and check out my Vlogmas playlist in the description if you're not caught up on all of my videos from this month. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!